So 2014 Toyota Crown Majesta F version. So first things first, I've changed the stereo back to English as best it will recognize, and the language, it doesn't speak to me in Japanese anymore. You've got your normal bits and pieces up here. Normally you would have the map on the left hand side. Bluetooth is set up, easy to set up. Will connect to your phone straight away. Audio, you've also can put things on the hard drive, and you've got all your normal settings, which you can change pretty easily. Then you've got the G-book, which doesn't work in Australia, so that would be traffic info, toll information. You can see what sort of consumption and whatnot you're using as you drive, and the actual maps don't really work here. Down to the AC, as you can see, it is dual climate, so say I was to change the passenger, it would switch to there, but I've got it set to driver only until it registers someone in the passenger seat, and if it registers people in the rear, it'll go to a 3 climate control type situation. Heated steering wheel, hot and cold seats, same for the passenger. You can classic Crown swinging air vents, there's no Crown without swinging air vents. You can do nanoparticle filtration, which is pretty much, if you're a smoker, it gets rid of all the smells. More things, so you can control the overall car temperature and what temperature and what part of the car. Down here, 3 different modes: sport, normal, eco, and then obviously you got snow. Each of these modes also changes the stiffness of the suspension, so that'll engage the electronic dampening, and it also changes the throttle output. Proximity sensors as well. Rear blind, so if you press that button there, oh, wrong button, there we go. Rear blind is the left one. I can't actually remember what this button's for. Just making a noise at the back. Oh, so this button is to, when you recline the rear seats, this will put them back up to normal, as you can see there. Then you go further forward one more, it's a little warning. You can turn off your other security safety things, and then I'm pretty sure that is something that I can't remember. Anyway, long story short, that's that. Electric vehicle mode, sounds off, all the normal AC stuff. Right hand button, can't remember what it does. It does something when you're driving, beats me. Onto the steering wheel, we've got the various displays, tire pressure, nothing, there we go, blah blah blah. I just keep it with the speed. You've also got, when you do cruise control, you can set your distance between the car in front of you for the radar cruise. We'll turn that off. Down here, you've got your little compartments, which are all touch. And then you've got more in here, so you've got the, let me turn some lights on. Obviously the badges, which I took off. Your ETC card holder, power down there. That's a factory option. And then you've got your automatic high beam button. So if you put that forward, it goes to auto high beams, and what that does, it'll have the high beams on and then create a box around what it detects in front of you. So if it thinks there's a car, it'll adjust the headlights and the high beams to not shine that person's face. Seat settings, every window is automatic, including the rear. The glove box, it's soft open and close. You've got your direct shifting inputs, or your audio controls and whatnot on the steering wheel. It heats up here, as well. Up the top here, you've got your emergency little Japanese call button, which doesn't work in Australia, which is fun. Your sunnies holder. And I saw there was some people talking about a little button, actually a little button that people are talking about, and that just controls the light right there as well. All the seats are perforated, all electric, and that's pretty much it for the front. Oh, and the rear view mirror adjusts for the taillights and whatnot, of the headlights of the cars behind you, so it doesn't blind you. As for the rear, again, all auto windows. And if you want to jump in the back, oh, the music's playing. So yeah, pull down the armrest. Let's just turn that volume down. Fuck, turn it off. Alright, so the rear seats are heated and cooled as well. They also recline in the back here. And I'll do the other side as well, so you guys can see it reclining, I think. There you go. And you've got your lights up above you, because what Japanese car isn't complete without some lights that you can adjust like a plane. You got your storage back here, which also has power, which is handy. You can put the shade up from the back. And then say you were in the back and it was still a little too bright, obviously you could put your blinds up, which extend all the way. You've got your handles here, your AC down here, you know, whatever you want to put in there. You got your air vents up the top. You have air vents at your feet. If this is in the way, obviously you can move the seat forward and backwards to get it out of the way for your passengers. You've got your coat and tie holder there. And of course, if the seatbelt isn't hugging you properly, you pull that out so it goes over your shoulder. Baby harnesses, you've got the air filters in the back as well as the sub and the blind. But yeah, this is what it looks like from the back of a 2014 Crown Majesta. The fun facts: you can open and close, lock every door from every handle. That unlocks it. Every door, including the boot, is also a soft close. And that also includes the boot, which again is quite spacious. Right, it's normal sort of boot, but again, obviously soft close. Apart from that, normal Crown features, standard rear brakes. Front brakes are actually quite massive. They take up about, I don't know, a third of the, or the full side of the rotor. The front of the car with the Majestas, that's actually a crash prevention sensor. So behind that is proximity sensors and whatnot. There is a fin down inside here, which opens and closes to regulate the engine's temperature, as well as the sensors on the front. Every single light has a little crown inside it, but that's a 2014 Crown Majesta. I guess the biggest thing that people will be wondering about is, what is it like to drive? Well, it's ridiculously smooth. There's no real anything that goes on apart from movement. Electric vehicle mode, you can turn it on straight off the bat. But I think it's registered that I'm inside a car park. and I haven't actually really started the car yet to do much, so it's not going to engage, but it will engage once it registers I'm outside and not just sticking around in a little car park. I will change, there we go, so we can see how the car regulates. So currently I'm in electric mode, so the battery is powering the wheels rather than the engine doing anything. Just cruising along, super light steering, super responsive. So now it's gone into full electric mode, as you can see on the dash there, and the engine's re-engaged. I'll also give a little bit of a squirt. It obviously gets up and moves pretty easily. I'm looking forward to taking it to the track and throwing it on a quarter. But that's the Toyota Crown Majesta. I'll do another quick little video when we move. So it's cruising at 45. I'll put it into sport mode really quickly and floor it. To about 110, I think that was. Pretty quickly, pretty easily. Sport mode engaged, so the suspension is quite a bit stiffer, and also the throttle response is 100%, instead of I think about 80 or 60 in economy.